Hello, guys. You're welcome once again to Marsego Empire. I'm so elated to be in your midst once again. You know, this is the main program we're having for today. Today, based on the information I posted earlier onto the platform, we are supposed to have a discussion on some common errors or some common mistakes that people or applicants normally make when they are applying to Canadian universities or colleges. So that is what I want us to take a look at this evening, so that once we are aware of some of the things that some of the things that are expected of us, we will not be able to commit some of these errors. Now, let me be quick to say that actually the school application forms the basis of your relocation process to Canada, to any other country. So it means that to be able to get admission should be our number one priority. If you have not gotten admission, if you have not been accepted to any institution in Canada, you can never apply for study permit or visa to be able to relocate here. So we need the acceptance letters, we need the admission letters to be able to kickstart this journey. So the admission letters are so important, because it's the first document you're going to use. If it's the first document we need to be able to start the visa process, then it means that we also need to attach all seriousness to the school application to ensure that we will not throw our money away. Now, let's start this way. I have been saying that once you have decided to study abroad, you've been able to determine the subject or the course you want to study. Based on all the discussions that you make, you've been able to determine which country as well as which particular school you want to attend. The next thing you need to do when you log in or you are Google searching the particular school, you are Google searching the admission processes, the first thing you need to check is what? The admission requirement. Admissions are actually given or granted to applicants who meet all the requirements. So if you have not met the requirement of that particular program, you will not be admitted. That is what it means. So all those who apply to schools or those who apply for visa, once they are granted, once they are admitted, it means that these people have actually met all the conditions. They have met all the requirements. Now let's look at one of the key requirements that most applicants do not pay attention to. Let's start with the graduate programs. You are applying maybe to study statistics. You want to study Masters of Science in what? MSc Statistics. If you are checking the admission requirement, some of the universities will tell you that they want you to first secure a supervisor before you begin the application process. This is not a conditional statement. This is actually an emphatic statement. So it means that you need to, hey, my brother, what's up? So this simply means that you need to secure a supervisor to be able to apply. So securing a supervisor to supervise your thesis project should be the first thing you need to do. So it means that if you are unable to secure a supervisor, you can never apply to that particular program. You can never apply for any program relating to statistics in that particular school. So you need to send cold messages to supervisors. You need to attach your CV and what, send it to supervisors that area of supervision aligns with yours. It is very important. So that is the first thing you need to do. Now, after you have secured a supervisor, before you can begin the admission process. Now, most people take this securing supervisor thing for granted. If you have not secured a supervisor, I can guarantee you that you have about 99% chances of what your application being declined. You have 99% of what unsuccessful admission application. So you need it. That should be the first thing you need. Don't take it for granted. In some of the schools, they will tell you that if you have secured a supervisor, it actually gives you enough opportunity to be admitted. It's very important. That is the first error most people make. Now, if you have secured a supervisor during the application process, you see that they will indicate it during the process. Enter the name of the supervisor who is actually willing to supervise you. That is very important. So you need to what? Include that. So if you have not included it, you are gone. That is the first thing. Let's move on to the second thing. Let's now consider one of the common mistakes that undergraduate students normally make, especially those who are applying to colleges. Most college programs are just 1 year. So certificate programs in colleges are 1 year. Diploma programs are either 2 or 3 years. Postgraduate diploma programs are 1.5 or 2 years. Now, there are some of the certificate programs in colleges that the requirements are clear, that for you to be able to meet the conditions of this program, you need a senior level English. So it means that you should be somebody who has studied a senior level English. Now, the English language that is taught at the senior high school level is not a senior level English. Senior level Englishes are all programs that you study at what your post-secondary education level. So all tertiary school curriculum contains senior level English. So such programs, if you are having a minimum of WASI qualification, you can't apply to that program. It's very important. Your admission will actually be refused if you are just having a WASI qualification, because that is not a senior level qualification. It's very, very important. Now, another error. Even though we are saying that technical courses, technical programs, apprenticeship programs, let's say college programs are skill-based, and these skill-based programs actually have high incomes. They have high minimum wage, so they place a lot of emphasis on these programs. That doesn't mean that everybody is actually qualified for these programs. That is far from that. Now, before you be able to apply to these programs, it means that the background of your education in Ghana, Nigeria, or any African country should be relating to what you are going to apply for over here. Actually, that simply means that there should be a progression in your educational career. The course you are studying there should be the same as what you are coming to study here, or it should be an upgraded program that you are coming to build on over here. Now, let's see the consequences of this. If I have a diploma in education in Ghana, maybe I'm a teacher, or maybe I've studied the program and I'm not teaching, and I want to come and study health program over here, and I've used my diploma of education to apply to a nursing program. Maybe I've applied to personal support worker or international education nurse. There are two options. Option number one, the school may grant you admission. Number two, the school may also not grant you admission because you do not have the background. If the school hasn't granted you admission, then you are even lucky. They have saved you. Now, in some of the colleges, they may grant you because they may think that, you have a basis of, you have studied some programs that and your mind seems to be matured. So once you are there, you can easily pick up. Let's go to the visa process. Now, this simply means that if you apply for visa, you are going to write your letter of explanation. You are going to attach your certificate, which is the diploma program, to it. If you are a teacher, maybe you may going to attach other documents to the acceptance letter and all other things to be able to make your application complete. Now, the visa officer is going to check certain requirements to ensure that they are met. One of the requirements is that what will be the significance of your program you are going to study to the country you are moving from. The nursing program you are going to study in Canada, does it have any contribution to the development of Ghana? Perhaps yes. Number two, the program you are going to study, do you have a background in that program? No. So once you do not have background, then they realize that your main intention is not to go to school. Your main intention is what? Is to what? Migrate to that country to work. So they will refuse you visa. And the reason the visa officer is likely to give is that he doesn't see the exact career path you are having for the future. Number two, he will see that he doesn't believe that you are actually going to study in Canada and possibly return to your home country. This will affect you big time. This will affect you big time. So you dare not commit this serious blunder by applying to a program that does not align with your current educational field. You dare not do that. That would have been one of the biggest issues. Now, let's move on to the next one. I've come to realize that in Ghana, everybody wants to attend University of Ghana because we know that when you attend University of Ghana, it has that it's a prestigious university. You attend University of Cape Coast, it's a prestigious university. A lot of us do not even want to attend certain universities that I do not want to mention their names, because we want to attend prestigious university. Yeah, we are the Legon guy, we are the KNUST guys and all those things. People are using the same mentality to apply to schools in Canada. We all know that one of the best universities in Canada is University of Toronto. University of Toronto is one of the best schools in terms of having the prestigious recognition in Canada, and having the same high level of recognition across the world. Based on the world ranking, I think it's I don't know. I do not. I think I've checked that some time ago, but I've forgotten. It has a very high level of recognition worldwide. So people want to have the same thing by applying to these big schools. There was somebody who sent me a message that I want to apply to Harvard University, in UK. You want to apply to this university. You want to apply to University of Toronto. You want to apply to this university. I do not have problem with that. The issue with applying to these big universities is that you should know that they are well recognized. Their tuition fees are equally high. My problem is, do you have the money to go and pay the high tuition fees? If the answer is no, then you dare not do that. Unless, of course, you have, maybe you've had a good class from Ghana, from any other country, and the university is willing to offer you a full funding. If it's a full funding that you are going to get to be able to enroll in that particular school, then you have no problem. But if you do not have full funding and you are going to self-fund yourself, then you dare not do that, because the tuition fees are very high. The tuitions are high. So that is why, based on one of our discussions, I have mentioned names of schools that are not well known. University of Prince Edward Island, University of Manitoba. In Manitoba, sometimes People were not willing to go there. So it was a government strategy to reduce their tuition fee for a lot of international students and domestic students to begin applying to University of Manitoba, so that everybody will go there to do what? To increase the population, to increase the enrollment of international students in this. Sorry, it is even Newfoundland. So they reduced the tuition fee for a lot of international students to go to Newfoundland, just to increase the population over there. Everybody wants to come to Ontario. Ontario is good. There are a lot of job opportunities. There are a lot of a lot of jobs and all those things. But cost of living may be high, and a whole lot of things may not favor you. So you dare not do that. Now, let's move on to another thing. There are some of us, through no fault of ours, have actually completed school for a long period of time. Maybe you are somebody who has completed training college, polytechnic, or even the university, maybe in 2010. So about 13 years now, you haven't attended school again. So you want to apply for maybe undergraduate program. Maybe you want to apply to study any program relating to health or education or whatsoever in Canada. And the program may be a degree or bachelor's program. Now, one, you have a gap in your educational improvement, or you have a gap in your educational career. So the university may ask you to write a personal letter. Personal letter simply means that you should write a letter to the admission committee explaining to them what has inspired your new decision to go back to the classroom, and what are you doing currently that is going to help you to be able to do well in the program. This letter should be treated with all form of seriousness, because the success of your admission relies on what exactly you have put on paper and how you have convinced the admission committee. So whatever program you have applied to, you should be able to explain, write something that you do today that seems to be relating to that particular program. So if I am the one who completed maybe training college in 2010, I did diploma in education, and I want to attend, maybe do a degree program in education now. So I should be able to tell them that I'm a teacher. Maybe I'm a science teacher, I'm a mathematics teacher. So I have been teaching mathematics for all this while. The program I'm applying to actually aligns with what I'm doing. So I'm actually applying to the school to be able to upgrade myself. Have you seen that? You want to upgrade yourself to be able to acquire more knowledge, go back to the classroom to what? Improve upon the content that you have been teaching, to master over the content that you have been teaching. They will be convinced. Number two, for example, those who have done engineering, maybe engineering related programs or science related programs, and you want to apply to a degree programs in Canada. One of the key requirements of all science or engineering related programs is that your last education should not be more than 5 years. So it means that you shouldn't be out of the classroom more than 5 years. If you are out of the classroom for 6 years, for 7 years, this may have a negative consequences on the success of your admission. So you completed poly, you have done electrical engineering 2010 or even 2015. Now you want to go and do your degree now, but you are out of the classroom for 5 years. Most of the universities may not, I'm using the word may, they may not grant you admission. If they are so kind, they may ask you to write a personal letter. So your personal letter should be very strong, and the conclusion parts should have some words that will work on the emotions of the admission committee. So you should be able to convince them in a way that will make them feel so sad and possibly grant you admission. And if you've been out of the classroom for a long time and now you want to go back and study a graduate program, then you should be interested in what? Securing a supervisor before you apply to the program. Because the supervisor can actually have some form of maybe a word to the admission committee why they should consider you. So in such a circumstance, you should be able to what? Apply to schools that requires you to secure a supervisor before applying. This is very, 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 very important. Now, last time I have actually spoken about using fake documents. You haven't completed senior high school, but you've been able to get a senior high school certificate. You've not been able to complete university, but you've maneuvered your way through to be able to get university transcript and certificate. The schools will always verify. I keep stressing this. The schools will always, you can never outsmart any college or university as Canada is concerned. Now, I have also indicated that the admission deadline for the programs are actually different from the deadline of scholarships, especially people who want to get entrance scholarship. One of the key issues, or one of the key advantages of entrance scholarship is that those who apply early have a higher chance of getting entrance scholarship as compared to those who delay and apply to such programs when the deadline of admission is almost close. A week to deadline, 2 weeks to deadline, even a month to deadline. In some of the schools, once the admissions have started coming, then they keep reviewing them and start granting people admission or start granting people acceptance. So you need to do that as early as possible. It's very, very, very important. Now, in some of the schools, once you have submitted your admission and they start reviewing, they may send you a message requesting you to go to your university in your country and ask your university to send your transcript directly to them. Not you going to your post office and post the transcript to them. Go to your university and allow the university to post the transcript to them. You must do this with all seriousness and with all forms of quickness. You need to do it as soon as possible. You then not to waste time. Number 2, in some of the universities, they may admit you and give you a deadline to be able to submit your transcript and all other relevant documents to the admission office. If you are unable to meet that deadline, your admission status will be revoked. So you must do that with all seriousness. You must do that with all promptness. You need to do it as soon as possible so that your admission status will not be revoked. Your acceptance will not be revoked. You know, starting from today, the IRCC, the Immigration Refugee Commission of Canada, will now have a centralized system to verify all acceptance letters that students will be using to apply for their study permit or their visa. So if the school actually revoke your admission status and you have used that acceptance letter to apply, that goes against the terms and conditions of the IRCC. You will be banned for 5 years, and that ban have a lot of consequences on you. Once you are banned in Canada, you can't enter US, you can't enter UK, you can't enter Australia, you can't enter New Zealand. Because I have spoken about this country, they are called the 5 partner country. They came into an agreement in 2009 to share their immigration data. They share their immigration data to determine those who have committed some form of crime. They'll prevent these people that they are not admissible to this country, and those who should not be what, even given visa. So once they have banned you, they put it into their system, and all these countries will be aware that you've been banned. So your documentation and your data that you are feeding with any of these countries' immigration should be what? Genuine. You therefore not do that for your acceptance letters to be revoked. It is very, very, very important. The last but not the least is that for those who are going to study graduate programs and postgraduate programs, do not have problem with this. But those who are coming to study undergraduate programs, if you are coming to study degree, they will request for your senior high school certificate. Diploma will request for your senior high school certificate. Postgraduate diploma, they will request. Certificate, they will request. If you have completed senior high school for the past 5 years, if you have completed senior high school 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2005, you should be able to use your what? Original or your official West African Senior School certificate. Don't print the online one. Go for the official certificate. Once you have completed school more than 5 years, go for the official certificate. That is a serious error most applicants have been committing. Why should you complete school for the past 10 years and you have not gone for your certificate? If you have gone for your certificate, it makes your document authentic. It makes your document genuine. Genuineness is key. Authenticity is key when you're applying to these institutions. For those who want to go to Belgium, let me say this. Even the verification process of those who want to go in school in Belgium, I advise that you want to go to Belgium, just go and study graduate or postgraduate programs there. People who are coming from Ghana, people who are coming from Nigeria, people who are coming from Cameroon, these 3 countries, the Belgium institutions will even do further verification on your document for reasons that I cannot give. It's only best known to them. I don't know if it's about genuineness or authenticity of documents that applicants have been submitting to these institutions for a long time. So some court processes are involved. So if you are submitting documents to this institution, please and please, let's submit the right document. Don't forget, our brothers will also be coming. Our sisters will come. Our children will come. Our great-grandchildren will also be coming. Whatever we do today, we will set the baseline as to which these restrictions that should be put in place for these people. We shouldn't say that, no, I just want to do everything within my means to ensure that I enter the country. No, it should not be about you. It should not be about me. It should be about all of us. Because Africa must develop. A lot of people should be able to move and come to these developed countries to come and better their lives. So please, let's not do that. Let's stop doing things that will make things so complicated for our brothers and sisters. Those days, if you check the requirement of coming to school here, coming to work here seems to be a bit flexible. But now we are doing so many crazy things. So they are becoming rigid. They are putting them in serious conditions that will prevent a lot of people from coming here. Let's not do that. The fake documents are just too much. Present your proper senior high school certificate. Go for your certificate. At least you are working. We are in December. Everybody has been paid this in November salary. The monies that you'll be using to buy drinks, to buy a lot of things and keep it in your fridge, and the monies you'll be sending to your girlfriend, inviting them to come, the monies you'll be sending to people that at the end of the day will not even acknowledge you. Monies that you send to people. Oh, use that for your Christmas bonus. Use that to buy a Christmas fowl. Use that to do this. At the end of the day, they will even look at your face and tell you that when you were working, what at all have you done for me? When you were working, what exactly have you used your money for? Use that money. If you are owing any money in your senior high school, please go and clear yourself. Take your certificate. Use the original certificate to apply to these schools. It's very, very, very important. It's very, 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 very important. A word to a wise, they say, is in Canada. My prayer is you guys should come. Let's make life meaningful. Okay. So guys, that is it. I'll respond to the comments just after the feed. Sometimes, very soon, that is how I'll be doing it. I'll respond to the comments after the editing. But let me say this. I do not care who watched this video to the end and who hasn't watched it to the end. I was saying something today. My number on the page, before you contact me, please check the time difference between your country and Toronto in Canada. I will not put any time difference on the page. Check your time difference before you call me. That is number one. Number two, if you call me once and I didn't pick, call me in 2 hours time. If you call in 2 hours time I didn't pick, call me the next day. Number three, those who may want to WhatsApp me, please, we are brothers and sisters. Don't send me hi and be waiting for me to respond to your hi before you send the next thing. Whatever you have for me, send all at once. Number 4. That is the number 4 one. In terms of WhatsApping me, don't say, hi, can you please do this for me? I'm not your son. What should you do? I have already indicated that. Please give a little bit introduction of yourself. At least you know me. You know me. So once you know me, whoever is sending message to me, let me also know the person. So that will make it so nice. Because the emails I've been receiving, it is based on those emails that I received earlier on. That always makes me to say some of these things. Because some of the things are just so annoying. Somebody could send me hi 20 good times. 20 good times. Hi bro. Oh. Just send all the message at once. That is it. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.